Hi guys, it's John back with another model final reveal video. This is the Tamiya Panzer II. This was the kit that I entered into a buddy build with my pal Al Wood in Birmingham. And I'm not quite sure what the progress of his kit is, but I did inform him last week that I was in the process of finishing this kit off and that the video would probably be up and on YouTube sometime this week. The model of Panzer II that I decided to model was a late variant Panzer II in service in the North African campaign with the Afrika Korps tank brigade. And the kit actually comes with 5 quite nicely detailed figures in 1/35 scale. The kit itself is I'll be honest with you, it's relatively basic, but it is quite nicely moulded and it's quite accurate, and it is quite a joy to build. Although I did have some issues with the fit of the body shell, because I wasn't sure if I actually had the body shell in the correct position prior to assembling and advancing with the rest of the build itself. Also, I had to cut the feet off the commander figure to enable him to fit inside the commander's hatch in the top, because his feet just wouldn't go through. And I had to do that because I wouldn't be able to paint the figure at all properly if he was just stuck in the top of the turret there like that. I also had the turret in the open position, obviously, to put the commander in. I just want to bring your attention to a couple of the figures. The figures are quite nice. I was quite impressed. I'm not really a figure painter, so if you guys are out there saying, well, that's not very nice, it's pretty good for my standards. I was quite pleased with the way they came out. I decided to paint this guy up in North Africa colours, uniform colours, and I think these guys, they're quite nice. You do have a certain amount of variation in the multi-position for the arms, and you fit all of the equipment onto the crew figure and the infantryman separately, which is quite good. I think this guy is some sort of lower ranking officer. The other guys, they have quite nice features as well. Yeah, I quite enjoyed doing this kit. It was quite good fun to build and put together and everything. And the figures, I was quite impressed with those. Yeah, quite like those. This guy here, he's carrying some sort of tripod mounted, well, it's not a tripod mount, it's just a supported machine gun. Don't know what model machine gun that is. I'm sure some of you guys will put the model of the machine gun into the comments for me. And he's carrying something in a case there. Again, I'm not quite sure what it is, but yeah. And he's quite nicely attached. He's got more equipment on the back of his uniform as well, which is quite good. And I was quite impressed. The Tamiya figures are actually quite nice. And this guy, lastly, at the back, he's got equipment on his back as well. Yeah, quite nice. The tank is painted up in desert sand yellow. And believe it or not, the camo pattern is made up of zinc chromate green. It's the same colour that you'd normally paint the interior of RAF aircraft and some American aircraft. And it's pretty close to the camo pattern colours that they used in the Afrika Korps. They basically use 4 different camo pattern colours. They use this colour green to reenact foliage on a desert sand background. They used a plain desert sand colour, which tended to be evident on vehicles late in the theatre during the second El Alamein push, because the vehicles just didn't have time to get the camo pattern put on before they were put in to replace attrition. The other 2 colours that they tended to use were 2 different types of brown camo. One was a light brown and one was quite a dark brown, and they were sort of splinter fashion applied to the body shell of the tank. The turret does move. There we go, there's the turret moving, quite nicely moving. It moves quite nicely, and the guns elevate quite nicely. I did paint the gun itself. I put a muzzle brake, painted the muzzle end on the end, and then painted a black end to reenact like a like a hole in the barrel, so that yeah, it looks all right. This thing on the front here is actually I think it's a 3-ton jack, and it's used to I think they're used to elevate the tank off the ground when you need to replace a road wheel. The tanks didn't weigh a huge amount. I think they were somewhere in the region of 12 or 13 tons in total weight. So the jack could probably deal with a quarter of the tonnage on the tank quite easily. And the Panzer II was quite a reliable vehicle actually. It was didn't have any service issues really whatsoever, and it was even quite good in the Western Desert in those extreme hot environment. So anyway, that's the final reveal. I hope Al's going to get some more videos back up. I've missed you, mate. I haven't seen any of your videos on. It would be nice to see what finished product was on your Panzer II as well, because I know you were thinking about doing an early Polish campaign from about 1939. I know you were thinking about doing that, and that is an option with the kit as well that you get. We both did the same model, you see, the same boxing, everything, and the kits just have different markings for early and late Africa Corps and early and late European theatre. So anyway, that's the Panzer II from Tamiya. I hope this video has been of some use. If you've got any comments, questions, pop them in the description below. And any questions, I'll try and get an answer back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for tuning in, and may all your modelling go smooth as pie. And let's have fun out there. Bye-bye.